So Napoleon Hill said, you can be anything you want to be if only you believe with sufficient conviction and act in accordance with your faith. For whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. I'm Coach Bobby Brown with Sober Life Right. I am a recovery mindset success coach. Basically, what I do is I help individuals live their most amazing life free from drugs and alcohol. I'm also a man in long-term recovery myself. What that means for me today, I get to live this amazing life, which includes being an impact in others' lives. And I've been doing it free from drugs and alcohol since July 22nd, 2021. I'm going through the book, Jack Canfield's The Success Principles, and I'm doing this over a 90-day stretch. And I started out thinking it was going to be a chapter a day, but some chapters take a little more. There's so much good stuff in this book. And if you haven't read it, and if you're interested in reading it, I'm gonna put a link in the comments. Please use my link if you like my videos. I've become an Amazon affiliate. It helps me get a little percentage. So I like money. Please help me make more. I would appreciate you very much. So let's talk about, let's break this down because there's some real good things in here. And let's maybe get caught up on where we're at the first three principles. So Jack starts the book out with getting us to understand that, okay, you are 100% responsible for your life. You know, you can't be the victim. You can't, if you're just a victim of circumstances, if everything's outside of your control, then all this, any work you're doing is pointless anyway. Okay. But let's go on the assumption at least that, okay, that you, by your choices and what you do, you can affect the outcomes that you're going to get. All right, so we start there. Then he gets into purpose, like the why. Like, why are you here? What is it that you're trying to do with your life? And so you have to get real clear on that. Like, what is a bigger vision? For me, my purpose is to live an amazing life free from drugs and alcohol and to help as many others as I can to do that same thing. And that's part of how I live an amazing life. Then you have to get a real clear vision. You have to know exactly what you want. You have to be willing to make those choices. You can't just be a wallflower. You can't just let life happen to you. Like, you have to get this clear vision of where you want to be. You know, your GPS doesn't work if you don't know the final destination. And then now we get into a mindset thing. All right. It's great to have all these visions. It's great to have this why, but if you don't believe it's possible, okay, if you don't root into like your soul that, okay, I can do this. If I follow certain paths, I'm going to get certain results. If you can't break through and adopt that mindset, then it's very, very hard to find any kind of success, because you're never going to find the energy, you're never going to find the focus to do the things that you need to do. I'll tell you, I'm 50 years old. For most of my life, I did not think about any of this stuff. This has all been something that I've learned in the last decade in recovery. I've learned through being in jail. I've learned through having time to really isolate and sit with myself and work on me. Things that a lot of people don't have that time to be able to just like sit and isolate. I don't recommend how I did it. I spent 11 months in jail and treatment in 2019, another 4.5 in 2021. I feel like there's probably much better ways to be able to focus on yourself. I've also learned that there's much faster ways, which is where a coach can come in handy. You know, a coach is not, in my belief, I'm not here as a coach because you can't do all this stuff on your own. Especially today with the internet, like you can watch enough YouTube videos, you can do ChatGPT, you can do like all these things to learn everything. Anything that I can help somebody with can be done absolutely for free. What a coach can do, I can save you time. I've put in the work. I've read the books, I've gone to the seminars, I've watched the videos, I've done the trainings, I've coached other people. Like, I've done all these things. I've made all the mistakes in my own personal life. I've got 10 years of experience in recovery. I've got 35 years of experience coaching and leadership and working with others. Dean Graziosi, and I know I've hacked his name, works with Tony Robbins, showed me, I think, one of the best things, descriptions of what a coach can do. A coach is a bridge builder. You know, you're here on this side of the bridge, you want to get to this side of the bridge. You can do it on your own, and you can go down in this little area, and you can have all these ups and downs and go through all these mistakes, and finally you can make your way back up to the other side. A coach has been here, he's been here, he knows what it takes. He can build the bridge. I can build the bridge for you. You know, I can build the bridge on how to live an amazing life in recovery, which saves you time. And if it saves you time, it saves you money. And if it saves you money, it's really making you money. So, you know, investing in a coach really is like, it's a no-brainer. Like the amount of time, think about it. If you're having trouble right now and you can't stop using, and if you're looking at things for recovery coaching, there's a good chance that's where you are. You've got a loved one that is, like, that's kind of probably where you're at. All right. How much money are you losing strictly by being hungover? Like, how many, if you're in sales, how many sales have you missed? How many relationships? What's your health like? What's the cost of your medical care? Like, if you could just stop drinking and find a way to stay stopped, like, how much better financially would your life be? You know, I did a little post the other day that talked about, I was trying to ask how much, like, what's the pain point that you would have to pay for somebody to actually do the coaching? Because that's one big problem. Like, I can coach anybody if they'll show up. I've done free coaching, some with great success, some with very little success because people, like, they just don't do it. There's free, there's no buy-in, there's no skin in the game. And so it's very easy to blow off a coaching session. It's very easy to say, well, yeah, I know I probably should be doing this, but it's more comfortable for me not to. I'm more comfortable being miserable and continuing to drink and use all these things. I feel like I got so off topic here, but that's okay. So let's get back to beliefs, though. Before I get on my soapbox too much. I like to talk. I love to talk, by the way, and love being in front of crowds, on stages. So, like, anybody that's podcast, any of that kind of stuff, you need somebody to fill an hour, I'm your guy. I can run my mouth. But let's talk about, go back to beliefs. Once you realize that all these things that you believe about the world, about yourself, are inherited, now you have a chance to take a look at it and you can say, okay, let's look at this thing that I believe. In the book, they use a real simple example. They talk about if somebody was in a cave and only had interaction with one person their entire life, and that person told them that the color of the sky was red. Their entire life, they don't know anything different. So that's the color of the sky. Now suddenly this person steps out of the cave and ends up finding society. And now there's this whole society of people that tell them, no, the sky's not red, the sky's blue. Well, now this individual has a choice to make. You know, what they've believed their entire life is that the sky's red. Well, if that's the color red, it makes it very hard for them to communicate with anybody else. Every time they say, oh, well, you every time you see a stoplight, you're gonna stop at, I'm gonna use it backwards, maybe red and blue are mixed matched. Oh, well, stop at red lights. Well, I don't know what a red light is. That's a blue light, so I don't stop. Now I'm gonna get in a crash. It's not very helpful. And that seems so simple, like an explanation, but like, how many beliefs do you have in your life that are limiting and not helpful for you? Yeah. Maybe you've got a problem with weight. And you believe, you've been told, well, our family's always been fat. We just have obesity problems. We have just its issues. Well, you can continue going through your whole life that way, and you continue to be obese and all the health risk and all the stuff that goes along with that. What if you believe that, okay, well, if I eat right and I have a good diet and I exercise daily and I don't eat until I'm full, that I will be healthy and a non-obese weight? That's probably a more helpful belief. And And we can tie it into drugs. I see this all the time. So I do work, besides doing private coaching, I work for a nonprofit organization where I work with thousands of people either going through legal troubles or coming out of homelessness that are, have got a lot of barriers, have like lost everything trying to become behind drugs and alcohol. A lot of times, sometimes a lot of it's mental health also, unaddressed mental health. But what I see time and time again is people don't believe that they can have good lives without drugs and alcohol. I see it with my own friends, my own friend groups. I had a good friend talking through some objections and, you know, helping me with some sales stuff and like how to best figure out how to help people. And the idea that, well, without drugs and alcohol, I can't relax at the end of the day. Without drugs and alcohol, I can't be as involved in social settings. I feel out of place. And that's a limiting belief. I'm here to tell you, like, you can have a lot of fun in social settings without alcohol and drugs. I do all sorts of stuff. I go out dancing, I go to events, I just do whatever, pretty much anything I want to without drugs and alcohol, and I have an amazing fun time. But it's all internal. Like, it's like I've learned that it's all in how you think. And that's something I can teach people to do. You know, the idea that I can only unwind by drinking drugs, well, no, let's look at the evidence. The evidence says that that's not actually helping you. Being in a social environment, drinking just lowers your inhibition. It makes you do things that are socially unacceptable. It dulls your thinking. It makes you less of a good conversationalist. You're not building these deep bonds that you would if you were sober. So you have to believe. I hope this was helpful to somebody. I hope you got something out of my rambling way of talking about things. If you like this, even if you don't, help me anyway. If you like me, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video. Please leave comments. If you know that you need a coach, you'd like a coach, you know that you're not living your most amazing life, and you know there would be some benefit to somebody that was going to really be there and help you, and you're willing to do the work. I don't want to work with people, like, I really want to work what I want. Let's work with highly motivated people that just want to make a change in their lives. I want to work with people smarter than me, doing better things than me, just amazing people that really want to make a shift. Like, if that's you and you want to work one-on-one, please DM me, please leave a comment. I'm like, do what you got to do to reach out to me. Let's figure out how to work together. Because, you know, that to me is smart, amazing people are the ones that are going to make a change. They're going to get rid of stigma, and they're going to be the ones that open up eyes to like recovery. Like, substance use disorders are an illness. It's not a character flaw. It's not bad people. It's an illness, and people suffer from it, and they do recover from it, and they live amazing lives. And I think that's important. So thank you.